So I'd like to tell you a story of practical usage, of practical approach that I use as an industrial or process engineer. This was more than 20 years ago when I finished my technical university and I was looking around for the job, and someone clever advised me to look in automotive, that this is perspective business. So I was looking around nearby the place I live, and I found one automotive company, which was not a problem because as the guy said, I'm coming from Mladá Boleslav, where the Škoda cars are produced, so the concentration of automotive business is relatively high. So I was there in that company for about a week, and they were looking for a volunteer to be sent to London for a lean production conference. I didn't know nothing about lean production theoretically, but practically not much. But I was trained in all the techniques, principles, and I was responsible for implementation of these easy methods and easy philosophy into the production or into the business. And I found it very, very, very useful. So I put it, and I'm considering this as a first tool in my process optimization toolkit. I was thinking what to highlight or what I'm actually using practically in my daily business or within my projects, because it doesn't matter, or it makes no sense to describe in the details particular methods or choose the one. And I extracted this tool in the simple highlights. Everything is waste. This is what is helping me during the design of any process that I'm trying to be critical when I see the processes, and I'm asking myself, would it be possible to make it in the easy way? Is it really necessary to have all these items, objects, conveyors, and buffers, or is there any chance to make the process quicker, or get it closer, get the technologies closer together, and save some time and space? So this is my first highlight out of this tool. Everything is waste, and it really helps me to have the sober eyes when I see any layout of the process. Something similar happened to me 3 years after, about 3 years after, when the plant manager was looking again for the volunteer to be trained as a Six Sigma black belt. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it in those days, because I started my career as a project manager. So you can imagine doing nothing. You are just calling people to be on time with the terms and staring at the Gantt chart. So it was perfect. But anyway, they have chosen me, and they have sent me to Germany for about a year, every month for a week, and I was trained in all these procedures, principles. And again, I found it very useful, because at least with regards to data analysis, they help me to connect through my theoretical statistical knowledge. How should I use it in the practical way? How should I handle the data? How should I understand them? How should I chart them to be understandable, and how it can be all interpreted? This example, this is what I'm usually preparing for myself and for the customer. Just on one page, have all possible, impossible outputs, and try to understand the behavior, the features of current or planet process. So it really helps me with the client to understand together what we can afford, what the way we will choose, what kind of technology, what kind of control system might be appropriate in this project. And as you can notice, in most cases, you can see that the Pareto charts are there placed. And this is my highlight out of this Six Sigma package, and it is Pareto first. This is, in my view, it is really in the package of, or in the package of data analysis. This is really underestimated output and analysis, but it is really helpful because it allows you to cluster, to see really what's inside the data, and it will help you to decide which way to go. So this is my extract out of this the whole Six Sigma methodology. Pareto first. Use the Pareto, and 50% of your data analysis is almost done. So having this knowledge in the pocket, I was thinking it would be good to start my career as a quality manager. But very quickly, after 24/7 firefighting and solving the problems all around Europe, I recognize that this is not good for me, and I returned back to the position of process engineer, logistics process engineer. And on that position, usually one of main tools and the outputs at the same time is classically 2D layouts, and typically done in AutoCAD. But we were facing, during the process preparation, we were facing a few troubles. We had to really, having these 2D layouts, we had to explain all the teammates and stakeholders and implementators what we were thinking when we were designing this particular layout. And mainly when we were designing some multi-level buffers, we had the problems to specify that on this top view of 2D layout. So I was looking around for some suitable 3D software, not like from the engineering design area like CATIA or Pro Engineer, really something handy, something simple. And we have observed SketchUp. Very easy to use, quick, you can draw anything, and the world has been changed. When I am not convincing, but explaining to the customer why they should forget 2D and just start 3D just right from the first moment of an idea, of a concept, when the project is kicked off. You can see here on this example that everybody starts to think, and it takes some time, what is actually in there. Yeah, in most of the time you see some rectangles, and maybe because there are some arrows, you are perceiving there is some material flow. But when you are turning this to 3D, immediately, and I mean immediately, you have much more information. For example, that there are some containers on the wheels, that it has the pocket system inside, it has some density, that you have belt conveyor to transfer some components from one machine to another technology. You can see really in the detail if you want. Depends on the level of detail you are creating these layouts. But you can see inside of the finished goods packaging that you have some damage, you have some parts. You see just from the first side that it has some capacity. This is on the wheeled cart, so it will be handled somehow. So, in my view, this is totally uncomparable to 2D layout. That's why my recommendation, and I use this 3D layouting or static layouting as one of my main tools within process optimization, and this is really beneficial. A lot of positive experience when you are sitting with the teammates from quality on the workshops. I mean, on the project workshops, and you are sitting with quality guys, technologies, logistics, ITs, everybody. When you show them a piece of 3D layout, they are starting immediately to communicate. They are starting immediately to
self-optimize what they see, because from their perspective, they see that maybe there is some obstacle, there is some problematic space, and they can at the same time online suggest the countermeasures. They can bring the solutions directly on the workplace. So everything. The project preparation is absolutely on another level. Yeah, everybody communicates because everybody understands it. I'm sometimes saying that even the HRs, the guys from HR, they understand it. So this is somehow a metric that is saying that this is really good. So and you. What you can, there is many of the benefits. I will not speak about all of them. Communication tool, this is what I have mentioned, and this self-optimization that is really helpful. And at the end, the outputs you can just, because you are doing that just once on one place. You are preparing static layout, and if you want to go to the detail, you can. And you can then, if it's then acceptable for all the guys that I mentioned from the quality side and other teammates, then you can just take this item, maybe put some information, put the dimensions, and you can issue technical specification. You can issue directly from the 3D layout, packaging instructions, working instructions. So again, another benefit. Why? As I said, maybe slightly provocatively, forget 2D and go directly to forget 2D and go directly to 3D layouting, and because you are able to specify, as I said, from the simple cart or from the simple packaging to the whole factory that I'm presenting on this model. So my highlight out of this tool that I am practically using as a process engineer freelancer, 3D matters. This is my recommendation. And then there is one more thing I want to point out, and this is packaging. When I was thinking about what is in the frame of almost every project, what is influencing the most the quality or the functionality of the process, I'm convinced this is packaging, because right format, I mean the size, capacity, durability, material, it influences really significantly if you will be, with your process optimization and process setup and design, successful at the end. So actually I have two highlights here. 3D matters, forget 2D, start to sketch your ideas just right from the beginning in 3D, and you will see what will happen, at least within the communication in your organization or within the project. And please don't underestimate the packagings. They are, in my view, and according to my experience, they are the most one of the most significant items or parts of the projects. So. About maybe 20 years, more than 20 years in automotive. When last 4 years I was on the position of logistics manager. I woke up 3 years ago, Saturday, February, and I said myself, enough. I want to stay happy and healthy. That's why I have decided. To start to work as a freelancer and try to offer the customers slightly different way of process optimization. But very soon I have started. I was convinced that some tool is missing in my toolkit, and I was thinking of the simulation. And I remembered my diploma or thesis at the university, which was done in Witness. So I had some historical experience with the simulation. So I said, okay, I will
I will open my private tender, and I will look around if there is some suitable software for me. And logically, I had two conditions. Some simulation software that is able to directly build the models in 3D, because I'm considering that as the most important. And I was looking for something that is really comfortable for the coding, because I'm not a programmer. I'm still on the engineering level. But so there were two conditions that I had on my side. Naturally, I asked the guys from Witness to show me what is if they are able. They were not able. This is not 3D, and when they were showing me this coding in using basic language, I knew that this is not the way I want to go. Then I had a look at plant simulation. It seemed to me too complicated. I was trying AnyLogic. I installed it. The only advantage of AnyLogic is, or was, I don't know how they are doing these days. It was that this is localized on iOS, so I could work on my Mac on it. But this was not 3D, and with regards to building a logic, not comfortable at all. And I was on the presentation of Simio, and they didn't convince me also. So then I did some value stream mapping sessions for my former logistics manager. She was working in another company. At the end of the sessions, I told her that I'm looking for some simulation software, and she said, "Yeah, by the way, we have one license here. Currently, nobody is using that. This is called flexsim." And she showed me some pictures and some models, and from the first sight, I knew this is a love for the first sight. So I remember I came back home, installed Express, and built without any knowledge. I built within a few minutes simple model, and I was convinced that this is the way, this is the right software for me. So that was a time, or there was the moment when I observed flexsim. Then I asked flexsim guys for some training and some other conditions. They handed over my request to InterMarium. So this was my first contact with InterMarium about 3 years ago. And they prepared for me one hour techo. They were explaining me some other details and behaviors, features. And at the end of the presentation, they have sent me a price offer. But I was still convinced. To have this nice software in my pocket and practically use it. So I announced my children and my wife they can forget the holidays for a couple of years. And I was successful. I'm using Enterprise for about 2 years, and I'm using that actually in 2 ways. I will show you. First way, I'm calling that just for me like the shots. This is the way I think, or I prefer, because I'm just thinking how it will be helpful for me when I was on the engineering side as I was employee, because there was a lot of operational questions daily, and it would be really helpful for me and supportive if I would have such a tool and would be able to argue, to make the argumentations to the stakeholders and to the other guys that it makes or it doesn't make sense, or which way we should actually go. So this is the way I prefer. See, this creation of such a smaller or mid-size project, relatively quickly built. In a few days, so you have also the feedback in real time. Yeah, I'm talking about the projects like on this first
on this first example, when you have the pickers taking the parts out of the supermarket and they are connected with some AGVs, and you just need to be sure that 2 minutes stack time or they will be with their picks under this limit. As I said, relatively quickly built, and you have some practical answers, and you know that the process how you suggested it will be functional or working, or is it worth, or is it reasonable to change with the length of my racking system of 10 meters or 5 bays? Is it significant for me to change from chaotic to zoning? So you can just create such a simple models, and you see immediately if it's 5, 10, 20%, and if it makes sense to go deeper. So this is one way how I use practically simulation, how I use practically flexsim, and this is the way I'm preferring. I'm trying to explain all these engineers. In my view, the best way how to use this is like, and if you are opening an Excel, if you have the task to calculate something, you are opening Excel. Okay, then you have slightly complicated task, so you are opening flexsim. You know? So if it's on this pseudo daily basis, it helps also flexsim to survive in the environment of this industrial environment. Yeah. I think that this disaster is when there is a big project, everybody is dealing with it for 2-3 months, and then they close everything, put it in the cabinet, and then after 2 years say, "Yeah, we have the license here, so we can open it up once again," and nobody remembers, of course, nothing. So that's why this is one of the reasons why I prefer this way of building the simulation models. I am also lucky that I was creating during those 2 years pure simulation projects. So this pure means that I was not thinking about the concept, so I didn't build it from the beginning. The customers just told me, "Hey, we have the assembly line, and we need to create digital twin." So I'm saying I'm not creating digital twins, because if it would be digital twin, it's absolutely something else. So that's why I call it rather like a Gemini. You know, this is something that is mimicking the process, but digital twin is for me, in my view, totally something else. So I think these projects they definitely make sense. I'm just communicating with at the beginning of every project. I'm communicating with the customer their expectations, yeah? Because of course you have a lot of parameters, and sometimes it may be difficult for them and even for me to change the logic, make some experiments, tests, and to gain from those models the goals that they were expecting at the beginning. When I was thinking how to conclude everything and what highlights to be put in this simulation section, I remember I repeated by every customer. They are asking me, "Yeah, that's nice, that's beautiful, super. František, why we need simulation?" I said, "Because it is colored and it's moving. You will like it." Yeah, because I don't have the power to explain them why it is so powerful, good, and effective. So they are laughing at the beginning, as you were laughing. But when you bring them first models and first outputs, all of them, 100% of them, they are admitting that this is absolutely helpful, facilitating their decisions. 100% argumentation tool, and this is what they should. So this is really decisive tool. So let me recap slightly and quickly my highlights. Just give me a sec.
Why it's not working? It is. So regarding the lean approach to every project should be slightly critical that everything is waste, because ideal model is produce and sell. So everything in between and maybe before, there might be some non-value added. With regards to data analysis, try to have a look at proper Pareto. Try it several times. In this case, I'm not a promoter of Minitab, but for example, Minitab is doing very good statistical outputs. And yeah, Pareto is one of the charts that they can do they can generate in the proper way. Definitely forget 2D layouts, just directly 3D, and you will gain totally different information just from the beginning and very quickly. And as I said, at least like a communication tool, uncomparable, undisputed to 2D layouts or any other kind of sketching. Don't forget that the packaging in almost every project, industrial, other businesses, e-commerce is one of the most important things. If it is badly designed, it will influence your process and how the process will be successful and functional at the end. And definitely, because I'm on flexsim symposium or conference, I cannot say nothing else. So I recommend strongly to use simulation, to use a flexsim, because it covers all your activities. It helps you to understand how the process will be working, how it behaves, and it will help you to decide the right way. Thank you very much.